Yes, they say it Montague, but it's actually Montague.
For me, when I hear Montague, I think Romeo and Juliet because English major,
Right.
so I would know how to
Right,
pronounce it. But
yeah, no, Montague, Texas is spelled Montague, but it's pronounced Montague.
Montague. Okay, yeah, I get that. You gotta love those interesting.
Because we're Texans, and we don't speak that Italian stuff. Evidently.
French.
Yeah. We are actually at the bottom of the hour. The first half of the program has flown by. So, Heather, if you can hang on until after we get back from a short break, I would love to talk to you some more, and you can chime in on any of the topics that we talked about in the first half or we're going to talk about in the second half. So we are going to take a break. This is the Modern Comments radio show here on Vigilant Liberty Radio. So stick around and we'll catch you in a few minutes.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Taylor Millard, co-host of The Right War, here on Vigilant Liberty Radio. I'll give you one simple reason why you need to listen to Liz Harrison and me every Wednesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern. You never know when I'm going to put my foot in my mouth. Liz, I've had similar situations with you in bed. Wait, what? What? That just came out way wrong. That's The Right War, every Wednesdays and Thursdays at 11 p.m. Eastern, here on Vigilant Liberty Radio.
Here is your Vigilant Liberty Radio news from Independent Journal Review for Wednesday, February 4th. Natomas Pacific Pathways Charter High School is receiving national attention thanks to Robert Spencer and Jihad Watch. Students at the school decided to hold a hijab day to explain the Islamic custom of wearing a head covering. Organized by the California High Schools Muslim Student Association, the activity is part of a senior project. Senior and Council on American Islamic Relations intern Samantha Masters stated that complaints are the reason activities like this are needed. Quote, "The irrational reaction by some intolerant individuals is similar to the many manufactured controversies nationwide over the teaching of basic information about Islam, the faith of 1/5 of the world's population." Students emphasized that as American Muslims, they are not required to wear the hijab. The NTSB released a report on a fatal plane crash in Denver last May, in which the pilot and his passenger were both killed. 29-year-old Amrital Singh had been flying a 1970 Cessna 150 when it hit the ground, bounced, then landed upright. Post-accident examination of the airplane did not reveal any pre-impact anomalies that would have precluded normal operation. Based on the wreckage distribution, which was consistent with a high-speed impact, and the degraded visual reference conditions, it is likely that the pilot experienced spatial disorientation and lost control of the airplane. In-flight cell phone use was cited as a cause for the crash. Based on evidence of cell phone use during low-altitude maneuvering, including the flight immediately before the accident flight, it is likely that cell phone use during the accident flight distracted the pilot and contributed to the development of spatial disorientation and subsequent loss of control. San Francisco has seen its first casualty from the increased minimum wage the voters overwhelmingly approved in November, and even the store owners are still for the increased wage levels. Borderlands Books, a science fiction bookstore in the Mission District, is closing its doors after 18 years in business. The owner explained, quote, "In November, San Francisco voters overwhelmingly passed a measure that will increase the minimum wage within the city to $15 per hour by 2018. Although all of us at Borderlands support the concept of a living wage in principle, and we believe that it's possible that the new law will be good for San Francisco, Borderlands Books as it exists is not a financially viable business if subject to that minimum wage. Consequently, we will be closing our doors no later than March 31st. The owners decided to close now because it makes good business sense. I'm Liz Harrison, and this has been your Vigilant Liberty Radio News from Independent Journal Review for Wednesday, February 4th.
Hi, this is John Bolton, and you're listening to Vigilant Liberty Radio.
Welcome back to
Hi,
Modern
everybody.
Comments Radio. Hi, Heather. This is Modern Comments Radio here on Vigilant Liberty Radio. And joining us as a surprise guest at the bottom of the hour
You're
was
welcome.
Heather Boulware. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you so much. You can find on Twitter at @HBoulware. I, of course, am Amy Curtis, your host. Also with us this evening is Dave.
Hello.
And you can find his Twitter handle by going to my bio at Modern Comments. And, of course, Taylor, my producer, who you can find at iDesertBlog, EYE Desert Blog.
I'll change it at some point, I promise.
Yes,
Hopefully
you and Dave,
sooner rather than later.
every week you and Dave say that on my show, and every week it doesn't get changed.
No,
so
okay,
we'll
now wait a second. Now wait a second. James is the one that, and Dave, I'm only joking with you. I'm not being. I promise you, I'm not trying to be mean when I say this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I promise. Dave is the one that needs to change it, though. Tsar, China, Xena, warrior princess, whatever it is.
It's Zarina.
Charnina.
I mean, really?
It's duck blood soup. It's the Polish term for duck blood soup. So
They used to serve it if a guy was courting a lady and they didn't want him to court her anymore. That's what they served the suitor.
that makes me feel so not optimistic about our relationship right now.
You know, I'm
Just
maybe-
saying.
Am I the only one with a normal Twitter handle? I think.
Mine is
I mean,
kind of normal,
mine is so boring. It's just my name.
but it makes it easy to find. So
Well, I keep wanting to
Well,
choose
that's
your
true.
duck soup.
yeah, so you need to change it to duck soup.
I was going to ask Heather, you're in what part of Texas are you in again?
Well, she's
Who,
hanging out
Taylor?
in Oklahoma City right
Oh,
now.
you're in Oklahoma City
Yes,
area.
yeah.
Physically-
I sort of go between Oklahoma City and Dallas, but Taylor is in Dallas.
Yeah, we were talking about where to move to escape the Wisconsin weather.
Because we got 14 to 16 inches of global warming dumped on us since Sunday. So
I
What's
saw
Northeast-
that. Yeah, it looks not fun.
no, it was not fun.
It
And
looks awesome.
see, and I, if I had the money, I would put all of the snow on my property in a truck and send it down to Taylor because he could have every last flake. Because I really don't want it anymore.
No, I lived in Iowa when I was a kid. I lived in Bettendorf, Iowa for like 5 years. And I remember the global warming, and I miss it. I love snow until we get it. And then I'm like, maybe this wasn't such a great thing.
I will.
Because it looks beautiful until you have to drive in it and shovel
Yes.
it. And
Yes.
yeah, it's
And
not so much
yesterday's
fun then.
snow, the snow hit during the commute, and a drive that normally takes me maybe a half hour took over an hour, and it was slipping and sliding all the way. And if you follow me on Twitter, you know a couple weeks ago I got rear-ended on the freeway by somebody who wasn't paying attention. So I'm still very, very skittish about if people come up too close to me on my bumper, I will like ease my foot off the brake and move as far forward as I can because I don't want my car to get hit again. I mean, the woman who hit me was wonderful. She took responsibility. Her insurance took care of everything. There was not a hitch in the process at all, except for the fact that I lost my van for almost a week. But
Yeah, it was the same insurance company, in fact, as ours, so everything was handled
yeah.
internally. One amusing sort of consequence of that is that we've been suddenly flooded by advertising lawyers.
I have gotten no less than a half dozen solicitations from attorneys in the couple of weeks since my accident, looking for me to
sue,
inquire about their services to sue. And I mean, I was not injured. Like she managed to just catch the corner of my car because she did realize at the last second that she was going to nail me, and she tried to avoid it. But they are just, and that's if you're anybody who's listening as a lawyer, this isn't a dig against you. I respect the lawyers. I thought about becoming one, but
look, ambulance.
Yeah, these are like ambulance chasers. I know.
I get it.
Dave called me and said, "Did you request information from a lawyer?" I said, "No." And then he goes, does that information about your accident get published anywhere? And I said, "Not that I'm aware of, but I'm sure there's probably some. I mean, I'm sure they probably have a way to get records from the police
reports.
Yeah, there's the police reports.
I mean,
so
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure that they dig through those and look for stuff like that. And I mean, it was mentioned on the news because somebody tweeted me and said, I just reported someone who's in local media tweeted me and said, yeah, I just mentioned your accident on the air. I'm sorry. I wish we could have met under better circumstances. So, but yeah, we've got no less than half a dozen solicitations from attorneys, and I think we ended up tossing them all. But I should have saved them and tweeted out a picture and said, "This is what happens when you get rear-ended. They want you to sue and get money."
Yeah.
And
we didn't get that though 11 years ago when we were in an accident with the Kia.
Yeah, but that wasn't a rear-ending case, though. I think that they see rear-ending and it's like the chum in the water. Like, whiplash and back injuries and
I need some help on something.
You need some help on something. Well, I will do my best to help you.
All right. So, I happen to be going through Twitter. I multitask while I'm on air.
I know, because you played around in Words with Friends with me.
Exactly. No, I'm multitasking.
Yeah.
But I happen to see that Spencer Ackerman tweeted Huh?
Nothing. Go.
Okay. He tweeted a picture of the Netflix original Borgia, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm thinking that this is, a completely different... I'm thinking this is the exact same series as the very boring Jeremy Irons series. Mm-hmm. But after it, thinking that, okay, it got canceled and then moved to Netflix or something, and they're ending it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I look, and nope, it wasn't. It's two different series that started at the exact same time as the one on Showtime starring Jeremy Irons.
Okay.
So you have.
Wait. You mean the one on Netflix with what's his name? The younger guy is not the same one?
Right, not the same one.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. Because I've seen the one. I haven't watched it, but I've seen the ad thing for the one on Netflix for the Borgias or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm sitting here going, what? They made two different... Why would I like I said, I thought the one with Jeremy Irons was just boring.
I did not watch it because I know what you're talking about, and I like Jeremy Irons as an actor, but it looked boring. I think he's
fantastic. I think he's a fantastic actor.
But I'm not into a lot of the historical period pieces like that because I think they tend to be a little bit heavy, and that's not the kind of history I'm interested in. I like the Civil War, World War I, World War II. That's kind of like my thing, or even a little bit further back, like into the early 1800s. I kind of like that history more than the 15, 16, 1700s. Anything
Amazon is doing on their Amazon Prime, and holy crap, this is an amazing picture that you just tweeted at me. There is on Amazon Prime, as part of their 2015 pilot series that they do like a pilot series now for Amazon Prime members. It includes a Civil War drama.
Interesting.
That I haven't watched yet. But I made it through I have to admit, I made it through the first, I went through the great credits and getting ready to go to the to the next to the person talking, and it's called Point of Honor, by the way. And the person talking, the woman talking, goes, "I just wanted to have a nice sarsaparilla and sit there," and I'm just like, lady, your accent is horrible, and I can't get past it.
I want a sound clip of you trying to mock that accent, because that is the greatest thing I've heard in a while. We will have to cut a promo for my show with that sound.